Welcome back, DIYers. In today's video, we're going to check out some of the best deals going on at your local Harbor Freight parking lot sale. So let's dive in. All right, so let's dive in. But first, I want to show you guys that this is early access for the Inside Track Club from Monday to Thursday. Everyone else gets to dive in Friday to Sunday. So right here, we start off with a bag right there. So you can get that tool bag, and then we even have some knee pads. So if you want to do some work in the garage and save those knees, definitely recommend that. We have a handheld steam cleaner here, 25 bucks, and then even a sprayer right there for 40. Got some bins to store some stuff in. We even have the heavy duty cases right here, so whether you're going to put anything in there, 20 bucks for that one. Then we also have some batteries, great little 2-pack batteries here for 80 bucks. Then we also have the Central Machinery steam cleaner kit here for 95 bucks. Pretty good price with that one. Got these little bags right here, utility pouch for 2 bucks. I might probably grab some of those for some different things. And then we also have some gloves here down to 4 bucks, so $3.99. And then we get into some other safety glasses here, $1. Always great to grab some of those. Next, we have a pretty good deal right here, almost 30% off of the air compressor starter kit if you need one of those. And then a great little set right here of pliers for Pittsburgh. Great thing, just kind of keep in your pack, 15 bucks. Wheel chocks, we've seen these on sale, 5 bucks. Great thing to grab, have in your arsenal. Got some little lanterns here, $3.50. Fun little deal. Got the roller seat for 25 bucks for Pittsburgh. Great if you're gonna be rolling around the garage. Mechanics toolkit, 99 bucks. And we also have the Daytona jacks here. Great thing to pick up there for 30 bucks. So get a pretty good deal off of that one. That's a solid one to recommend. Then we have the American flag right there, 4 bucks. Got some lights, so whichever one you might want. Got a couple good deals on those. A great thing to grab. Got some ratchet straps here, 17 bucks. Great thing to always keep in your truck and always use. And then we have a few more sets here for some gloves. I'll show you the bigger setup here in just a moment, but 6 bucks for some gloves, whichever size you might need, and thickness as well. So a bunch of different options for those. Then we have some batteries. I mean, that's a pretty good deal for some batteries right there, $4.50. Also have the full motion wall mount here for 30 bucks. And then we'd have a couple different tarps. This one's $20, 33% off. So great little thing to keep on hand. I mean, look at those prices. That is hard to beat for any tool. I mean, if you need one of those, again, I'm not going to say it's the best brand, but that's a great price for those tools. And then a couple other tarp options here as well. And this one right here, I mean, check that one out, 2 bucks. Man, that is a great price right there. So, but then we see a couple more deals. We have this Icon option right here for the puller set. So if you need one of those. And then we also have the Earthquake XT. I feel like these are on sale pretty often, but 90 bucks, good price for that. Get to save a little money and get a pretty good tool. And then this is also another item that's pretty much on sale, but this is one of the lowest we've seen it, that rubber air hose, 15 bucks. I do like this 5,000 watt Predator generator, one of my favorite generators. Good deal on that one too, 900 bucks. And then we also have the fan, still pretty warm where I live, so this is a good deal right here, 110 bucks, 50 bucks off of that. But again, Central Machinery for the big shop fan there. I'll have to grab one of those myself. Then we have the pistol grip blowgun, $250. And then we have some Apex options for some of these. This is where you have a pretty good deal. Get a 30% off all Badlands winches and winch accessories. So whether you're getting whichever one, pieces or parts, or if you're getting the winch itself, 30% off is a solid deal for that. You can see a lot of these get different sizes. Some of these have been already sold out at my store, but you can see a bunch of these are available. So whichever size you need or whatever you might need, you can check those out for the winches, and then also the parts and pieces as well. You see this mounting channel, little universal winch right there, and then a couple other pieces as well. So it's one of the bigger sales, one of the bigger deals going on right now. So if you need one of those for whatever it might be, your truck, UTV or whatever, definitely check out Badlands. They have a good brand too. It does a good job. So check these out, see if you might need some. Then we also have the adjustable hitch, 100, right over 110 bucks. Check that out. Also 35% off elastic bands or elastic and rubber cords. Again, I wouldn't say this is like the best deal, but if you need some of those, you can definitely grab them. 35% off of those. Solid deal. Going to do a good job for that. So then we also have the handheld steam cleaner kit, 25 bucks. Saw this earlier, but here is what it looks like. Great time to grab zip ties. I mean, you get to save 41%, but they're not super expensive, but it's a great thing to have. Then we have the Avanti sprayer. Check one of these out. Again, this is on sale pretty often, especially these bigger sales, but 200 bucks, good price for that. Then we have the compressor here. Save $50 off of this one right here. It's the straight up and down McGraw compressor 20-gallon option. And then we also have right next to this one the Fortress for $350. This is the 26-gallon. So again, depending on which one you might use and which one you need, depending on which one you can grab. But pretty good deals on both of those. I've heard good things on both of those brands as well. Another deal, we have the 20 ounce little spray gun here, 10 bucks. Always great to have some of these extension cords, 50 foot right here, 14 gauge. So pretty good price, 20 bucks, solid deal. More batteries, wanted to show you guys, they had all kinds of batteries, so great thing to grab. Again, probably not going to the store to grab the batteries, but great while you're there to grab some of these and save them for different stuff. Then I want to show you some of these little lights. I mean, this is a cool little fun work light. I've used it working like on my vehicle because it can hang and stuff like that, so works pretty well. And then again, another shot at the lantern we saw earlier, and then we see some shop lights here for 15 bucks. So again, depending on what you might need, but pretty good options for those. Super glue, great DIY device. Always keep one of these on hand, especially when you have multiples like that. It's a great one right there. And then we see a couple more Icon deals. This is the puller set. I think we saw this earlier, but $175. Check one of those out. And then another set right here for $240. We got the jack here for a Daytona. So we got this one. We got a couple other jack options. Showed y'all some of those. Right here is another floor jack, 3-ton Daytona, $109. Get to check these out and see which one you might be interested in. Got multiple colors on those as well. And so again, here's the other low profile floor jack for Pittsburgh, 99 bucks as well. Just a reminder, I do have links for some of these items down below, and also if you're interested, I have a newsletter where I will send out the best deals going on and other things I'm working on. You can check that out down below. We also have a little vehicle dolly here for 45 bucks, and another Daytona self-loading dolly for $90. So pretty good deals. And I mentioned I was going to show all the gloves. Here's all the glove options right there for Hardy gloves, different sizes and colors and everything like that you might need. Then they had some towels. Need some shop towels here. You can check some of these out. Had a couple different shop towels. They had the microfiber cloth. They have these and also the blue ones as well, and I'll show you those in a minute. We have the Pittsburgh low profile creeper here, 28 bucks. Solid price right there for that, especially if you're going to be getting down low. We saw this earlier, but just want to show you the Pittsburgh little swivel chair here. And then we also have another Pittsburgh option right here for the repair kit. So if you need one of these, 100 bucks. They only had one of those at my store. Then they also have the folding leg engine here for Pittsburgh, 170. Another solid deal. You get to save 30 bucks off. I do like this Bauer pressure washer, the 2,000 psi down to 169 or 159, 160. Pretty good option for that one. I think Bauer is a good brand. They're going to do a good job for you. And then we have the adjustable stool with backrest, 55 bucks. Get you up a little bit higher than the other one. And then we also have the welding table here for 150, 40 bucks off of that. Seen this on sale pretty often as well, but if you need the welding table, definitely want to check out there. We have another ammo can $3 for this one. We had the holders for, the gun holders and camera holders and stuff like that earlier, but these are the ammo cans. And here's the other big deal. We had the 40% off all socket sets for Icon, Quinn, and Pittsburgh. So they had a ton of options and deals for these. I mean, pretty much this entire shelf right here that I'm looking at, and the whole row is just 40% off. So if you need any of these, whether it be, some of the thin walls, you need the extenders, you need, the shorties, whatever you might need, you can check on these. There's so many different options for these and so many good deals. So again, I think it's a great way to replenish some of the ones you have, or if you wanted to switch over and maybe check out another brand, like if you have one brand, you want to check out the Icon or check out the Quinn, great time to do that and get some of these. I think they're going to be a good job. And then, like I showed you, here's a bunch of the Pittsburgh ones as well on sale. Another mechanics tool set, 301 pieces for $170. Good price for that one. And right above that one's the 225 we saw earlier for $100. So again, a solid deal right there. Then we see the Doyle vise with anvil right at $98. Check that out. Another solid deal, the 35% off all torque wrenches, again in those same brands. So if you need one of the torque wrenches, you could check one of these out. Again, this is one of the bigger deals going on right now. So if you need any of these torque wrenches, you can snag some of these, all different brands that we mentioned. But you can see a lot of these are still available. We did have a ton of people in the store when I was there. There was a lot of people grabbing, a bunch of stuff. So definitely want to check out and make sure the stuff you're interested in is still there. We have the Yukon storage cabinet, $299, $50 off of that. So solid deal right there, especially with the storage cabinet and the little top. I like that right there as well. Pretty fun. I have one of these. Used it yesterday to kill a wasp. We also used it to kill flies, so it does a pretty good job. $3, fun thing to have and kill bugs with it. Y'all know I love this propane torch. Just used mine this weekend. It killed a ton of weeds. $30, definitely a great one. I like this one right here. It's a little bit bigger too. And then we have the hand truck from Franklin, $60, 20% off. So again, solid deal right there with that one. Save your back, don't get hurt. And then we have another set right here with Franklin as well. So a couple different options. Then they had a bunch of Pittsburgh stuff right here, just some of these keys and Allen keys and just different ones you can kind of keep in your truck or your pack. So a bunch of different sets. Check those out, $5. Solid with that hex keys stuff. So good deals on those. A little moving dolly. Great price right there, $8. I have a couple of those. I use them semi-often, just moving stuff around the house. Socket trays. So if you're going to buy you some sockets, might as well go ahead and get you some trays as well for these, so you can keep them out nice, and especially if you're going to be grabbing some of that other stuff to color coordinate. Then we have the Portland option right here. So little hedge trimmer, $50. The Bauer combination belt and disc sander. So you have two different ones right there, whichever one you might need. But solid deal with that. I mean, it's a great little way to get it compact and save some space. Welding helmet, $30. Good deal. And then a little bit nicer, heavier duty one right here. Good setup right there for that. We have the Flux Core welder from Chicago Electric, $100. You can see what this looks like right there. Flux 125. You also have the titanium Flux Core, 125 amp for $130. And then we have the titanium option right here, the unlimited 140 for $480. So again, you got a couple different options, different brands, and different sizes. So whichever one you might need. So check these out and see which one, again, if it's something you might need. The Vulcan here, $879. The 220, a little bit heavier duty, bigger option there. And here's those shop towels I was telling you guys about. The blue shop towels, $229. Good price right there. Central Machinery plate compactor with wheel kit for $600. So again, if you're going to need one of those, you can check that out. And then another option for the Predator, we have the 2,000 watt inverter, right at $500. And I think we saw this other one earlier with the 5,000 watt at $900. So pretty good deals. And then I know I showed you all these earlier, but I mean, for an angle grinder, 12 bucks, hard to beat. I mean, that is a great one, especially if you don't have one, kind of get you in and get you going. See if that's something you might need. Bauer has the little step up here, 35 bucks. Again, I think Bauer is going to do a good job for you, solid deal. And here's another microfiber cleaning cloth, like I was talking about earlier, 98 cents. And a little sander here. Got the palm sander from Bauer, 20 bucks right there. Another great setup for that one. And then we also have the other Bauer polisher for $38. So solid deal with that too. 38 bucks. Good deal. And then the heat gun, I mean, you don't need these extremely often, but to have one for 10 bucks, might as well go ahead and snag that. Save you a little bit of money and keep one on hand. The Bauer impact wrench, 109. Again, you can grab this and grab those batteries that are on sale and get you some pretty good deals. So, and then we also have a couple other hex shank socket drivers. You can save 60% off that one right there. And while you're there, always check out the deal center wherever yours is. Mine's up front, but you can check out some of these returned items and different stuff like that. Pretty good deals on a lot of these. See if they're available at your store, but always check these out. You never know. There could be some good ones up there. Also, make sure you check them out because if you have to return them, you got to return them pretty quickly. 5-drawer mechanics tool cart, 30-inch option right here for US General. Got different colors and different things, so whichever one you might want, highly recommend you check those out. But overall, there's some pretty good deals going on right now at your local Harbor Freight parking lot sale. Let me know what you plan on grabbing. Also, like I mentioned, I have some links down below. You can also check out my newsletter. I'll let you know all the good deals coming up. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.